Hello, greetings, folks, and welcome to another program in the series, Journalist Hangout. I am Citizen Jones. Well, you know, today is the first Friday in the year 2025, so let me say a Happy New Year to you. Now, today on the program, Niger joint operations against Lakurawa continue amid diplomatic row. NNPCL invites former President Obasanjo to inspect refineries amid controversy over $2 billion expenditure. And later on the show, we'll share this with you. Peter Obi insists there's no major deal yet with the PDP, the NNPP, and others. I'm hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju, the one we fondly know as BKO. I greet you, BKO. Happy New You.
Happy New Year.
And we are joined by Asukwa James, the proud Akwa Ibom boy. Asukwa, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to Citizen.
Okay. So the team is ready. I hope you are. All right, let's go. You know, the late Chinese military strategist Sun Tzu, if you remember, said, "The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting." Now, the wisdom in the quotation highlights the supremacy of the intellect over sheer force. The happy news is that the Defense Headquarters has reaffirmed its commitment to conducting joint operations and patrols with Nigerian troops, despite the allegations leveled against Nigeria by Niger's military leader, Brigadier General Abdurrahmane Chiani. I hope I got that right. Now, this collaboration is part of efforts by the federal government to end activities of terrorist groups like Lakurawa in the northwest and other border states between Nigeria and Niger. For sure, diplomacy is the art of letting somebody else have your way. Because somehow it was going to come to this.
Yes. I think that's clear to us now that the best way to eliminate these guys is for both countries to come together. This group, Lakurawa, originated from Mali.
Okay.
But they came into Nigeria through Niger Republic. So originally they were pastoralists, but eventually became terrorists. Yes, in the beginning they used to confront bandits, but it seems now that they prefer to work with the bandits rather than help ensure the safety of our people, which was what they looked like they were going to do originally. Now, the challenge that we have is to eliminate them, since they are up to no good.
Yeah.
They are really dealing with our people, especially in Kebbi and Sokoto states. The border communities, the border local governments between Kebbi and Sokoto are particularly
vulnerable.
The fact that Lakurawa is active in those places.
Yeah.
So, and they've had some skirmishes with the Nigerian army, notably on the 27th of December, an airstrike targeting the group in Sokoto led to the death of 10 civilians, due to secondary, what the military calls secondary explosions.
Yeah.
It wasn't a deliberate targeting of civilians.
It was not, yeah.
Collateral damage happens in war. So I'm excited about the fact that we are working together, just the same way that in 2014, the Nigerians, and the Chadians, and the Cameroonian troops helped us in eliminating the threat that Boko Haram posed to the 2015 elections.
Okay.
We had to push them back, working with the Chadians especially.
I remember the president of Chad at the time.
Yes, they lost a good number of troops on Nigerian soil.
Okay.
You know, I still have pictures of the funeral that was conducted for Chadian troops who came to fight in northern Borno.
Borno, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did their best, and with their efforts and the efforts of the GOC at that time, General Adeosun, we were able to push Boko Haram out of the local governments that they occupied in the northeast. 2 local governments in Yobe, 7 local governments in Adamawa, and more than 17 local governments in Borno State.
Yeah. Which was like a theater at the time.
Yes, it's the epicenter.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we were able to do those elections. So I'm saying that the cooperation that we had with those countries at that time enabled us to deal with the threat that Boko Haram constituted, and we were able to conduct elections because the law says that no local government in our country must be excluded from participating in the election.
Okay. Yeah.
So to guarantee that we'll have elections, we had to kick them out of the local governments that they were in control of. So, and we had elections. Yes, after the elections, the boys regrouped because the thing about war is once you liberate an area and you leave that area, the terrorists are likely to come back.
Yeah.
I know some places in Borno State that the army has liberated up to 3 times. We don't
Because
have enough troops to hold the ground.
That's it.
Everywhere we conduct an operation, we don't have enough troops to hold the ground. And when you leave, they come back. That's why we still have that situation there. So it's a good thing that both nations are working together in spite of the ugly rhetorics of the ugly and meaningless rhetorics of the military leader
in that country.
Republic. And helped also by some irresponsible Nigerians who will post videos that were shot in 2013 in a different country. You can imagine a Nigerian who wants people to believe that his sanity is intact, posting video that was shot in 2013 in a place as distant as Mali and claiming that that is evidence that
on our soil.
Yes, that foreign troops are on our soil. And when some people get arrested, you see people shouting that, it's now a monarchy, it's now a military regime. So, because we are in a democracy, people should simply do what they like, even constituting a threat to their own nation.
Because we had said a number of times on this forum that, yes, everybody is entitled to his opinion, but not to his facts, because facts are sacred here.
Yes.
You know, so, Asukwo, you know, you look at the fact that Nigeria and Niger share a past history, you know, which we cannot wish away.
Exactly. You know, because apart from the fact that we have very lean borders, you know, between Nigeria and Niger,
it's an extensive one.
What I mean very tiny.
Okay.
You can just walk in, and that is why we intermarry with the Nigerians. You have to find any home, any home in the north that don't have cousins or relatives
across the fence.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so when you begin to hear people who come up with rhetorics that are not, that want to destabilize this relationship, you begin to wonder what their plans are. Because if you have relative in another place and somebody is right there trying to cause disaffection,
but you know, this whole thing is not unconnected to the fact that Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali recently pulled out of ECOWAS.
And they decided to jettison democracy for whatever reason. You know,
linking us with the French influence is what I find offensive.
You know, very offensive, because if we know our own colonizers, never had a military base here for donkey years. How will we now say we want to go back to, the French, to France, to come and say, yeah, come and have a military base? Not even the US, you understand? So I think the military leaders in Niger, we are just trying to dodge their inadequacies and their ineffectiveness to provide what they promise the people. Because socially, Niger, that I know, has become a failed state. Because if you go to some areas in Niger, you can't even live there. You can't live there. And so what the people in Niger wanted was a government that will come and deal with terrorists. And not to come and begin to blame. Because what they just did was to bring the blame game and then begin to say, oh, it's Nigeria that wants to... Those things are not what the people want. The people are looking for somebody who will come and wipe their tears away. And with this joint effort, between Nigeria, which has been in existence for donkey years,
before now,
I believe the people will be happy to hear this. Because what they want is to deal with terrorists so that they can live a happy life.
Because, Niger also has trouble.
Yes, of course, just like we have, So this Lakurawa group is a new group, is an old group, but they are now expanding. Because I know they were in Sokoto, from all the way from Mali coming to Sokoto. And then the next thing, before you know it, they'll begin to Niger. So we need to deal with the fact. The fact is we need these joint operations to happen so that we'll flush these guys out.
BK, in this connection, you remember the late JFK, said, in dealing with Russia, we'll not negotiate out of fear, but we won't fear to negotiate. What we won't do is negotiate out of fear. So working together is good for us and for them, because there's a common enemy here.
Yes, you must always negotiate from a position of strength.
Yes.
Diplomats will always tell you that that is of value. Now you need to negotiate, you must negotiate. You must never fail to negotiate, but you must not negotiate to fear.
Out of fear.
Out of fear.
So Nigeria has extensive borders with Niger, stretching from Kebbi in the northwest.
That's it.
To Yobe in the
northeast.
So
what a stretch.
About 6 states.
Okay.
6 states. We're talking about 6 states now. Because even in Jigawa.
Jigawa.
Jigawa, we have a border. That's in the northwest. We have a border with Niger. Even Zurmi, very close to Zurmi in Zamfara State. Our people move into Niger so easily. And then you have Katsina. Katsina,
Kaduna.
We have Kebbi,
Katsina.
We have Jigawa.
All right.
In the northwest. But I'm saying that even in Zamfara, Zurmi, Zurmi local government is very close to Niger Republic. So the people move into Niger Republic, they even spend our currency. I remember during the Naira redesign, in Borno State, people came from Niger with sacks of Naira notes that they wanted to change in the banks. But unfortunately, how many bank branches are in Borno State, for example? So the tons of cash that people wanted to change, it was not practicable to change all of that. And during the election too, some were spending Nigerian money. Some were even bribing voters with Nigerian currency. Yes, the CFA. We are so close to these people to the point that even terrorists were operating within Nigeria and using the orange telephone lines. Telephone lines, telephone SIM cards that were procured in Niger Republic. They could use them in some parts of Nigeria, especially in those border communities. Then you go to the northeast, you share border in Borno State with
Chad?
Yobe.
Yobe.
Okay, okay, Yobe.
As
Yobe
well.
State.
So there is, and of course, Adama share border with
Cameroon.
Cameroon. So there is a need for us to work together. If we work with these people, then the threats, we can collaborate to defeat the threat that these guys constitute.
The common enemy.
We have enough problems with our own home-sourced bandits already for an international terrorist group to now come to Nigeria and think that it has found a home.
Yeah.
So we need to continue to work together to ensure that the Lakurawa terrorist group
And I'm sure that
defeated.
the Republic of Niger, as we do...
Sokoto is another state we have to share border.
Okay.
Them,
I was just going to say that this saying is that the tragedy of war is that it uses man's best to do man's worst. We have seen enough fire. Niger has. So it's not asking for too much if we work together. And this is the time.